Beloved, as you walk through life, have you ever felt like you're waiting for something more? Something big and beautiful that you can't quite see yet? In those quiet moments, when the weight of your burdens grows heavy, it's easy to wonder if God is even there or if he hears your prayers. But I want to remind you today that God is indeed working on something far beyond anything you could imagine. He's putting together pieces of a plan so wonderful that it could only be crafted by his hand. Trust that his purpose for you is greater, deeper, and more loving than you could ever dream. There are seasons when we can't see what God is doing, yet we must learn to trust him beyond our limited understanding. When life feels slow or stagnant, remember that God's timing is perfect and he works all things together in his divine order. Faith grows strongest not when we see the full picture, but when we trust the artist who creates it. Every story in the Bible speaks of God's faithfulness. Think about Abraham, who waited years for God's promise to become reality. Or Joseph, who endured slavery and imprisonment before rising to greatness. These stories remind us that while the journey may be challenging, the outcome is always worth it. God will fulfill his promises to you. Sometimes God's work in us involves preparation. Like clay in the hands of the potter, we are shaped, molded, and refined. It's in these moments that he's preparing you for a purpose beyond your wildest dream. Embrace the process, for every step is leading you to something beautiful and profound. One of the enemy's greatest tactics is to make you feel forgotten or unseen. Yet the truth is, God knows every detail of your life. He sees you, he cares for you. He cares for you, and even now he is orchestrating blessings that are beyond your comprehension. You are not forgotten. You are deeply cherished. If you've ever looked back on a situation and realized it happened at the perfect moment, that's God's timing. His ways are not our ways, but his timing is flawless. Trust that he knows the best moment to bless you and bring his plans to fruition in your life. God often uses difficult seasons to grow and strengthen us. While challenges can feel overwhelming, they are also opportunities to deepen your trust and faith in God. Every storm you face is not meant to break you, but to build you into the person God has called you to be. Faith calls us to believe in things we cannot see. It's easy to trust when life is clear, but God calls us to believe in his promises, even when they are hidden from our view. Hold on to faith, for it is your lifeline in times of uncertainty and your anchor in the storms of life. Waiting is often one of the hardest parts of faith, but it's where patience and trust are truly developed. Each day you wait with faith is a testimony of your trust in God's love and plans. Remember, patience is not a punishment, but a place where God prepares you for what's coming. Sometimes God doesn't reveal his plans because we aren't ready to handle the blessing he has for us. He knows that by waiting, we'll be better equipped to embrace the fullness of his purpose when the time comes. Trust that his timing aligns with your readiness. Even when you're unsure of the destination, there's hope in the journey. God is not only concerned with where you're going, but with who you're becoming along the way. Every step you take with him brings you closer to the person he's created you to be. God's thoughts are higher than ours, and his plans surpass anything we could imagine. Trust that his purpose for you is grander than anything you've ever dreamed. Believe that he is working all things together for your good. Even when life lets you down, God never will. His faithfulness is unfailing, and his love for you is eternal. He is working behind the scenes, turning even the most challenging situations into blessing. Hold on to that assurance as you move forward in faith. God's promise is clear. He will never leave nor forsake you. Even in moments of loneliness or hardship, he is right beside you, guiding you, supporting you, and preparing the path ahead. You're never alone. You are held by his love. There is no suffering that God cannot transform into purpose. The very pain you feel now may be the foundation for something beautiful. Trust that he will use every tear, every struggle to bring forth a testimony of his grace and power. As you walk with God, you become a vessel for his purpose. He fills you with his strength, his wisdom, and his love so that you can pour it out to others. Embrace your journey knowing that he is making you into a light for others. When life feels uncertain, remember that God already knows what lies ahead. Trust in his guidance, for he sees every detail and will lead you through every unknown. Take comfort in knowing he's gone before you. Let God's promises anchor you when life feels shaky. Stand firm on his word, knowing that he who promised is faithful. His promises are true, and they are for you. Hold on and let his word give you strength. God is constantly at work, transforming you from the inside out. He renews your mind, strengthens your heart, and fills you with his spirit. Let his work within you be the evidence of his presence, even when outward circumstances are challenging. There is a peace that comes from trusting God completely. When you surrender your worries and fears, you find the calm assurance that he's in control. Let go and let him lead you to the blessings he has prepared. God sees what you cannot. While you may only see today's challenges, he sees the entire picture. Trust him to bring everything together perfectly, for he knows the plans he has for you. Plans to prosper and not to harm, plans to give you a hope and a future. Even the smallest seed of faith can move mountains. God can use your faith to shift circumstances, open doors, and bring blessings beyond what you could ever dream. Hold on to that faith and watch what he does in your life. Every plan God has for you is rooted in his love. No matter what happens, his love is constant and his purpose is good. Trust in that love and let it be the foundation on which you stand. While the wait can feel long, there's joy to be found in the process. Let each step be an opportunity to grow closer to God, to deepen your faith, and to find joy in his presence. Your journey is a testimony in the making. God is preparing you to be a witness to others, to share his love, and to show his power. Embrace your story, for it will one day inspire others to trust in him. His grace is with you in every moment, every challenge and every victory. God's grace sustains you and lifts you up. Know that he is guiding you through every step with his unending grace. God's promises aren't just for today, but for your future. He has plans for your life that extend beyond what you can see now. Trust that each step is leading you to the future he has prepared. In every blessing, every breakthrough, and every miracle, God's glory shines. Your story is a testament to his power, love, and grace. Let your life be a reflection of his glory. When you surrender to God's will, you open yourself up to the fullness of his blessings. Let go of your worries and control, and allow him to lead you. Trust in his perfect plan for you. The wait may be long, but remember, you are not alone. God is working in ways you can't see, and he's preparing you for the blessings that are coming. Hold on to hope, for he is faithful. Let faith be the foundation of your life. As you walk with God, you will find that his plans are always greater than your imagination. Trust him, for he is working on something incredible just for you. When we view our lives through God's eyes, we begin to see purpose where we once saw only pain. He has a way of turning ashes into beauty, and he does so in ways we can't always understand. Ask God to open your eyes to his perspective and show you the bigger picture he's painting. He has such a great plan for you, even if right now you can only see a small part of it. Each of God's promises is a source of strength for your journey. When doubts try to creep in, anchor yourself in his word. His promises are steadfast and unchanging, giving you hope even when life feels chaotic. Remember, the God who promised is faithful to fulfill every word spoken over your life. God's love for you is relentless. He doesn't give up, even when you feel like you've made mistakes or gone off course. He is constantly working, guiding and refining, bringing you back to the path he has laid out. No matter how far you feel, God's hand is never too short to reach you. God's ways are not bound by human limits. Just when you think you know how he will work things out, he does something extraordinary, something entirely unexpected. Trust his creativity, for he is the God who makes a way in the wilderness and streams in the desert. In every trial, he molds you to reflect his character. The person you are becoming is more valuable to God than any temporary success. He is crafting you into a vessel that can carry his light, love, and truth into the world. Trust the process, for he knows exactly what he's doing. Faith isn't just about believing in God's plan. It's about surrendering to his ways. True faith says, God, I trust you even when I don't understand. Surrendering control can feel daunting, but it is the key to living a life of peace and purpose under his guidance. Often we mistake waiting for neglect, but God's love is just as active in the waiting as it is in the breakthroughs. In his love, he carefully prepares each detail, ensuring that his blessings align perfectly with his timing. He is pouring his love over you even now in ways that go beyond what you can see. Life's uncertainties can be overwhelming, but God's peace transcends them all. His peace is a gift that calms our hearts and minds, a reminder that he is in control. When you feel uncertain, lean into his peace. He is the anchor that holds you steady in every storm. Each experience, each trial is part of God's refining work. He is not just taking you somewhere. He is developing the strength, resilience, and wisdom within you to fulfill his greater purpose. Embrace every step, for it is shaping you into the person he created you to be. God's heart for you is filled with goodness. While the journey may be challenging, the outcome is always for your good. He desires to bless you, to lead you into places of peace, joy, and fulfillment. Trust that his intentions for you are pure and good, even when the road is rough. God is a loving Father who knows exactly what you need, even before you ask. Sometimes his blessings come in ways that we don't recognize at first, but they're always what we truly need. Rest in the assurance that your Heavenly Father is looking out for you in every way. Sometimes the greatest act of faith is letting go. Letting go of fear, doubt, and past hurts allows God to work freely in your life. Surrender those things that hold you back and open your heart to receive the blessings he has in store for you. Whether you're in a season of joy or struggle, God's presence is constant. He is with you in every moment, guiding you, comforting you, and preparing you for the next step. Take comfort in knowing that you are never alone. There is a harvest coming in your life greater than anything you've planted. The seeds of faith, patience, and trust that you've sown are growing, and God will bring forth an abundant harvest. Believe that the blessings coming your way are far beyond what you can envision. The dreams in your heart may seem big, but God's vision for you is even bigger. Place your dreams in his hands, for he knows how to bring them to life in ways that glorify him. When you trust him with your dreams, you open the door for him to do the miraculous. God is a God of surprises, and sometimes he blesses us in ways we never expected. Keep your heart open, for he loves to bless his children in surprising and joyful ways. Embrace each day with anticipation, for God is always doing something. Let his promises be your source of strength. Every time doubt creeps in, remind yourself of what God has spoken. His promises are a fortress, a place where you can stand firm even when the winds of life blow hard. Stand on his promises, for they are unshakable. God understands our weaknesses, and he is patient with us. Even when we stumble, he remains steadfast. He is not in a rush. He takes his time with each of us, knowing that every step we take with him leads to greater growth and understanding. God has a way of turning trials into triumphs. What may feel like a setback can be a setup for something beautiful. He redeems every hardship, using it to showcase his power and grace. Know that your struggles are not in vain. They are part of his plan to bring you victory. Take heart, for the journey ahead is filled with God's goodness and grace. Every step you take in faith is a step closer to his purpose for you. Keep moving forward, for he has great things in store, blessings that you can't even begin to imagine. In the darkest moments, God's light shines the brightest. He is the light that guides you, the beacon that leads you out of despair. Trust that His light will illuminate your path, bringing you peace and hope even in the most challenging times. God is inviting you to greater faith, to trust Him more, to lean on Him more, and to believe in the impossible. Let this be a season where your faith grows deep roots, for God is preparing to do great things through you. When you feel weak, know that God's power is made perfect in your weakness. He is strong when you are not, and He's faithful to carry you through every challenge. Trust in His strength, for He is able to accomplish more than you could ever do on your own. God promises joy and peace that surpass all understanding. These are not fleeting emotions, but lasting gifts that He gives to those who trust in Him. Receive His joy, receive His joy, receive His peace, and let them fill your heart. Whatever voids you feel in life, God's love is enough to fill them. His love fills every broken place, every place of longing and every place of longing, every place of need. Rest in His love, for it is boundless and complete. God has promised you a future filled with hope. No matter what you face today, know that His plans for you are good. Believe in His future for you are good. Believe in His future for you, for He has laid out a path that leads to joy, purpose, and fulfillment. When life gets hard, find strength in God's promises. He is your fortress, your shield, your place of refuge. Keep believing, for He is working even when you can't see it. God's desire is for you to live a life filled with purpose and love. He calls you to love deeply, live purposefully, and trust wholeheartedly. Embrace His calling, for it will lead you to a life richer than you could ever imagine. Let gratitude fill your heart for His unfailing love. Each day is a reminder of His goodness and mercy, of His love that never fails. As you walk this journey, hold on to gratitude for the God who holds you so close. Live each day with the expectation that God will show up in miraculous ways. Open your heart to the wonder of what He is doing and believe that greater things are on the horizon. God is working, and He has plans that are beyond anything you could ever imagine. May this sermon remind you that God's plans are beyond what you can see, and He is working on something beautiful just for you. Let this be a season of faith, trust, and anticipation for the greater things He has in store. Today, may you hold on to the assurance that God is working on something far greater than you could ever imagine. He has plans to bless you, to guide you, and to lead you into a future filled with hope. Trust in Him, wait with faith, and let His love be the light that carries you through every challenge.